whole hang up on who should stay and who should go type deal with Trump and Elon. They having a little a little spat right now, and you been following any of this, Sauce?
Yeah. So here's my thing. We talking about the situation where Vivek got on what was it, X, and started making comments about American culture and how people, because we prize the prom queen over the valedictorian and all that kind of shit. Is that what you're talking about? Where he was saying basically that these H1B well, about the Indians. He
No, we were just talking in general, not one specific race, just the visas itself. That particular part of the they talk about deportation and all this other stuff that's coming
well,
down, supposed to come down the pipeline. But we were talking about how the MAGA nation don't understand the H1B visas or whatever. Did I say that right? Was that the H1? Is it
no,
H1 visas?
it's the H
Whatever it
one, the
is.
H one, the
Okay.
H one. I think it's the H1B, and
H1B
so
visas. There you
so
go.
basically, Trump went on this whole thing about the first day in office. He
Right.
deporting everybody getting the fuck out.
Everybody. Right. Everybody.
Right? We need to amend the 13th, 14th, and 15th amendments. That shit was for birthright citizenship and all of that. And I guess Vivek, which started this whole shit, was he got on X and he started making this comment disparaging, pretty much American culture. Just in Elon backed him up on the shit. Then I guess Trump, they pulled up some old footage of Trump saying, uh, if they graduate from college,
Mhm.
then with the diploma should come a green card. I kind of understand Vivek's standpoint with that, as far as, I mean, if you're gonna do immigration, I thought that was the whole purpose, to get the best and brightest. You know what I'm saying? To cherry pick the best people from other countries. What we're seeing now is, they want to stampede the country with a cheap workforce, people that working for pennies on the dollar of what the average American would work for. So I mean, I think you would be. It would seem logical to me that you're going to be bringing in less people. Uh, if we're talking about engineers and things like that, because what Vivek was advocating for was Indians. That's what he was advocating for. And that's what Elon was advocating for, because he said something about him that he hired something like 800, 700 to 800 tech engineers. I guess they were all Indians. He said in the last year alone he hired them.
Mhm.
And I think the hypocrisy with the MAGA motherfuckers is, this is just me, and I mean this may be way off from what you all were talking about. Is like, y'all had no problem when Vivek was out there talking that shit about black people. The NRA supported, uh, the Black Panther Party and all of this shit and this revisionist history thing. But now when they feel like he's talking about white Americans, we starting to see a shift, and how much people like him. I mean, the only one that was really honest was Ann Coulter when she said I wouldn't vote for the motherfucker because he's Indian. Um, I don't. I think you guys, if I'm correct, you're saying that they don't understand the process. What's the art? What are you saying? Like, they don't
Well, like
understand.
it goes back to the beginning when we were saying how they want all of them gone. Ain't no passes. You know what I'm saying? I understand you said they want to cherry pick the best and the brightest, but MAGA and them, the way I'm hearing it is like they don't want any of it. It was like, nah, we want wall all y'all out of here. We don't want none of
Yeah,
that shit. And
yeah,
Elon was like, easy. I need these motherfuckers. That's how I advance my shit. So I need those on the back end.
Well, bro, I think, yeah, I no, I agree with you 100%. They want everybody to fuck out of here. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Especially when the motherfucker was running on, I'm getting rid of
With
everybody.
everybody.
Not,
That right.
not I'm getting everybody, get rid of everybody, but I'm gonna keep the doctors, the engineers.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's not,
Yep.
what he said. He said I'm getting rid of everybody. I agree. It is. I agree. This is. I think our culture, a lot of times we do prioritize the athletes.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Over
Hmm.
the educated motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
it's kind of like that thing where we say, hey, everybody celebrate the motherfucker coming home from jail, but they don't celebrate the one coming home from college.
That
That
part.
that may or may not be true or
Right.
anything like that. But
But
no, I don't think they do. I think even if they did, I think some of them do understand it. They just want motherfuckers gone. And with
mhm,
that, I do understand that sentiment as well because it's like, this. Come on, man. How much of our money goes to other countries? I think he just approved $60 billion to go to Ukraine in this new package.
hey, but back to the because I seen something on TikTok where this lady had broke down how this H1B visa stuff work, man. It's you talk about some corrupt shit. You talk about indentured servitude. Uh,
Yeah,
Sometimes they said that she's because she was a recruiter and she said she hired somebody and she said that person wasn't qualified, but he would outsource like fucking Skype or Zoom the actual person, and he was just like the face of it. You know what I mean? They were
yeah,
like moonlighting. It was like, how many people will hire somebody like that? And it was like, well, okay, your pay start off at $100 an hour, but you have to go through this company that's outsourced or whatever, and they get half your shit. So you don't went from 100 an hour to 50 an hour, and then who knows how you got to split that with that other person that's actually doing the work via Zoom.
So big bro, let me add on to what you're saying. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cut you off. My wife told me about a program that was in the Philippines. Oh man, you might know about this. There was a program, a nursing program,
Hmm.
and they would um usually when you get like degrees from another country, you got to is it what reciprocity or some shit, Cuddy?
Yeah.
You got to come over here and be able to prove that you know that shit.
Hmm.
Well, over in the Philippines, they set up a program, a nursing school. Like, no, ain't no reciprocity. You graduate this motherfucker, you come over here.
You paid your
Uh,
money. Yeah.
but we're gonna pay you a third of what we pay these American nurses,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to work damn near 6 fucking days a week.
Hmm.
So yes, it is that indentured servitude. But for people coming from certain conditions, if they got to come over here and make a third of what we make and work 7 days a week, that's 10 times better than what they was doing over there. And they get the opportunity to bring their families over here. And then you got to figure, I think that H1 is what, a 3-year thing? And then after that, they can file for a green card?
That's the caveat. They don't. They have to keep getting that renewed. Like they got to keep getting that
Ooh,
restamped. That's why the H1B recipients, they have to keep going. If and plus that those are sponsored. Those
man.
are sponsors. And they have to get like somebody to pay for that shit
Yeah.
to usher them in. And it's like okay, and they hold their green card, and it's like they
Yeah.
can't leave. They got to keep going. They got to keep working. Like okay, well, I got to go where Alaska. Shit. Okay, Indiana.
Yeah.
They got to keep bouncing around, and that's what the lady was saying. It was like they got to stay on the move. Yeah, they over here, but god dang, bro, they bouncing everywhere just so they
Yeah.
can stay in the states, let alone getting robbed at the same time. And
So
that's
it's
the
no
dirty
different.
part about that.
So it's no different than when them African girls go over to the Middle East as those domestic servants and they hold their passport and shit and they work them to fucking death and throw them out windows and shit and do
Now,
all
I
that
mean,
kind of horrible shit.
I
somewhat
mean,
is
it's a little
no
bit
sex
different because there's
involved.
in
Yeah.
licensure,
Oh, I'm
you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm being. Go ahead, Cuddy.
yeah, I mean, there's no licensure, there's no certification involved when it comes to being a dama, you know.
Yeah. No, no,
So
no, no. I'm just saying it's kind of like the idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is. It
You
is.
know, we gonna give you H1B to make it look better, but you still gonna
Uh-huh.
get worked to death over here,
Yep.
and you better do every fucking thing we ask you. Yeah, I don't think they understand, big bro, and a lot of what he said I agree with. A lot of it I didn't, but I'm like, this the person y'all put out there, man.
And it's one of those situations where Elon was like, "Well, look here. I know it's early. I know you ain't in office yet, but I need to check in on my ROI, which is my return on investment. And I dropped a gang of money on your ass, and I need to know that I'm gonna have the best of the best. Coming over here to work for SpaceX, the Boring Company, and Tesla. I need engineers, bro. I don't need Bubba and them. I need
He
engineers.
he
You
dropped
see
a
how this
quarter of a
motherfucker
billion on this
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
A
you,
quarter of a billion.
yeah.
you see how this motherfucker was like, yeah, we need to import people. Not that we need to institute a training program at Tesla in the United States. You know,
Yep.
I was gonna
Well,
raise my hand. I was gonna raise my hand and say that because it was just like I really could care less about how they got to come over here and work hard. But I'm just like, what about the people over here? That was the
well,
main thing going through my head. Like, well, what about us? Like, because I can't care about somebody coming over here and getting treated because certain type of way. Because for the longest, they could come over here and get grants to have like even over in our hoods. There's a corner store. Not neither one of us is owning shit, but they come over, they can get grants, and we can't get grants. We gotta work hard for everything we do. So I can't really give a damn. Like
spot
what
on.
we do.
Now, Miss Kiki, you hit the nail on the head. That's the part where I agree with him. I'm definitely. I think it should be America first. Like, why are we importing people? And if the argument is, well, we gonna have some already trained motherfuckers coming over here versus having to train people, that's more money. Training people in this country versus if we just, you know what I mean, import a motherfucker that's already educated. But if what Ed is saying is true about people being the face of the shit, and this we got you over here, you don't know shit, it's just cheap labor. But I'm with him. Like, we don't invest in our own fucking people.
That's that's it right there. So he can't
Yeah,
because then you're like, now I got to educate your ass when I already got these cats, been training
right.
specifically to be an engineer since the third grade.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Since the third grade, these motherfuckers been itching to get in the game, and we got these motherfuckers, these millennials and whatever, uh, Gen Z, whatever the fuck,
Yeah.
they're nowhere near close to these people over there in other countries right now. We so far behind, and that's
It's
why Elon see that shit. He knows he don't
well,
want to
I don't
everybody
invest
think
in
see
the
it.
it's that.
states.
I think there's a little bit more to it than just the job performance aspect, especially when it comes to like the infrastructure that's involved with having a huge influx of employees. So for Americans, if we were to move to Silicon Valley, we have to have acceptable housing. Acceptable housing isn't a fucking concept in India.
Hell no.
So like I even
Right.
see it in the company I work for. The housing for Americans is completely different than the housing for Indians here,
Got it.
along with the pay. Like they will put 6 people in an apartment and have no problem with it. You know, like
But our
I'm not
standard,
going for that.
Well,
yeah,
see,
our
they know
standards.
what
We
they
got we
know.
got unions. We got everybody that'll push back for you. Folks sitting on the
Yeah.
Yeah.
sideline like, hey man, let us know if y'all just if y'all decide to form a union. We got y'all. But unions ain't free. Right
Yeah.
under
So
FICA is your union dues. But go ahead, man.
no, I was just gonna say, motherfucker want his oodles and noodles already prepared. He don't want to have to add water, boil
Exactly.
that shit, then put the
Mhm.
seasoning salt on there. Decide, do I want to drain this shit or eat it as soup? You know what I mean? But still, I mean, it's a reason. A lot of these other countries invest in their own people.
Mhm.
We don't invest in our own people, and then we wonder why motherfuckers spend their time on TikTok. Like the cost of a fucking education over here is ridiculous.
Mhm.
People graduate to spend the rest of their life. They can't motherfuckers can't go for that bullshit ass American dream. They got to pay off them fucking loans, man.
Mhm.
It's set up for
And
us to fail. It's set up
so
for us to be slaves until 65.
there you go, man. And then you got to think you had Nikki Haley up there talking about moving the age of retirement or Social Security back to like 68, 69 and shit.
Yeah.
Hey, bitch, who is you? Like, y'all
Right.
literally want to work motherfuckers to death. And I think the bad part is you got third world motherfuckers that come over here, get educated, and they all of a sudden want to make Americans third worlders. With the rest of these rich motherfuckers. We don't like it again, it's like I hear people say, man, Americans lazy and these people do the jobs that Americans won't do. That's the farthest fucking thing from the truth. Americans just ain't gonna work for 10 cents, you know what I mean? 3 cents on a dollar. Americans just don't want to be 17 motherfuckers in the house in the
This is
studio apartment.
This
You
is
know what
what
I'm saying?
this is what was making me scratch my head when Elon jumped on the Trump train. I was like, how long you think this is gonna how long you think this gonna last with your mindset and this man's mindset? You know, and all in MAGA Nation, you know, that he ran on, you know, wall, getting rid of all, you know, illegals and all this other stuff. And on the other hand, you got the dude who financed your shit saying, no, 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 I'm gonna need a couple of them to hang back with me because I'm gonna need this. And the folks are seeing this. It's in real time. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? You can't have it both ways. Like, how are they gonna make this marriage work? Is my big question.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard, especially since Elon is kind of outshining Donald Trump. You know, and the other part
Yeah.
is it's like, you know,
We're not
Elon
pissing
Musk
the
went on a
wrong people
podcast.
off.
Elon Musk went on a podcast about a week ago or so and was like, "Yeah, I
PBD.
can't run for president, but I can buy one."
You
Oh,
talking
You know,
about
essentially,
you talking about
oh,
PB? Was it Patrick Bet David?
I can't remember which one it was.
Because I seen that they had a clip
oh.
of somebody saying, "Yeah, you're the president." He said, "Not officially, not officially,
Yeah,
not officially." I can't
That's what,
stand that motherfucker in them shitty ass cars.
bruh. But hey, look here, man.
shitty cars.
Them cars
This,
shitty, man.
this is what's scratching making me scratch my head. It was like
Everybody called them a car. Everybody know them cars shitty. Go ahead.
he
Except for
was
the
saying-
owners.
All the owners are saying it. They can't get them fucking cars away, man.
But
Okay.
look here, man.
Yeah, hey, you ain't gotta agree with it.
Elon's a G, Trump's a G, and it's only room for one. You know what I'm saying? It's only room for one. Even Trump was like, well, they're technically he can't be president. He's not a legal, you know, U.S. citizen or whatever. So and they was like, it's getting under his skin. It's already getting under his skin. I was just like, hold on, man. He ain't even, you know, do the inauguration, any of that shit yet, man. Let's slow down. Let's see how this shit play out. But Elon just don't give a fuck. He bought fucking Twitter.
Wait.
And
you
that's
said
his, you know, that's his megaphone. You know,
they
ain't
getting under
nothing
whose
bigger than
skin?
that.
Say he getting under whose
He's
skin?
getting under Trump's skin because he's responding to the fucking, you know, to the comments already. They was already saying he's thin skinned. And when somebody said, hey, you know, you and Vice President Elon, and he was like, well, there's no way he could be president, you know, because he's technically not a U.S. citizen. He can't run for president of the United States. And it was like, no, that ain't what we said, you know.
Oh, well, Trump, Trump ain't Trump ain't gonna let no motherfucker outshine him now.
But he respects money. Which one do we respect more, the people or the money? And this is gonna
the bread.
this is
but
you know, that divide is gonna kick in. Is he gonna go with the, you know,
I don't know,
nation, or
man.
he gonna go with the bag?
It
'Cause
depends.
Elon, like, bro, I got you.
We don't know.
It depends
Do
on
what I
how.
say.
It depends on how far Elon overstepped with this crazy nigga.
You know how Elon get down. He doesn't give a
That nigga
shit.
sucker.
He don't give a shit. That's what I'm saying. You can't have two motherfuckers with that mindset.
Yeah, but you got what? Well, I don't know. It's gonna
Who gonna
it's
stop
gonna
him?
be it's
You
gonna
saw
be
what Elon
entertaining.
said? Yes, kill the bill on Twitter. Guess what they did? They killed the bill, you know, and then they had to go back in last minute and pass the spending budget. Elon is a motherfucker, man. Watch
Yeah.
this space. Y'all ready to rip?
Yeah, let's get it, man.
I'll be
Let's
a
rip, man.
motherfucker.
Let them
Ooh,
know.
let's get it.
Just to
Let
fuck
'em
with
know.
all- Yes, me being a black woman, I can buy your presidency.
Oh, before we